Hey everyone, welcome back to Netflix Clone App Part 2 video. So in this video, we are going to build the home screen UI and we are going to integrate the TMDB API as well. And if anyone don't know like what exactly TMDB, basically it's an movie, it's a famous movies website and which provides API keys and we can take help of this. So these APIs only we are going to integrate in React Native and we are going to show it in the UI. As usual, this video will be in both two languages, English and Telugu, so that everyone can able to understand. And if anyone haven't subscribed my channel yet, please do subscribe. Follow for more videos on React Native. And yeah, that's it. Without wasting time, let's start the video. So before that, if anyone haven't watched my first video, I have installed packages. I have shown how to install the packages and I have set up the code as well, and I have integrated a splash screen only. It's not a big one. Basically, we did functionality of splash screen. After I guess after 2 seconds something, it will automatically navigate to home screen. This is what we have implemented. Okay. So first thing, what I'm going to do, let's create a API. Okay. So go to go to Chrome and search for TMDB. Okay, so first one, this is the website. Click on this. So if before do you guys have account, then you can simply log in. Those who haven't created their account, simply click on join TMDB. Okay, I have already did, but I'm just using my other account just to show you guys. So let me type something. Let's add your credentials and all. Account verification needed, so please check verification link in the email that was sent to address you signed up with. So you will get an verification email. Please check. Okay, I got my verification mail. So I'll drop my screenshot how it looks in the video. Okay, you can check out how exactly that looks and simply click on activate my account and it will navigate to your account. Simply enter your whatever the registered username there. I'm entering. So basically I'm doing from my mobile, so that's why you're not able to see it. Okay, just simply enter your things, password, username and password, whatever the name you passed, username here, and password, simply enter your password. Okay, and click on login. If everything goes well, you will directly navigate to dashboard screen. Okay, now let me log in. I have already I have created my account. Okay, so let me click on login here. And YT, this is the username which I have created and password. And if I click on login, see, I have created my account, I have activated my account, right? So that's why I'm able to see this screen. Okay, perfect. Now simply go to more and click on API. Okay, this, if you have successfully registered your account, then you can able to, once you log in, you can able to navigate to this screen. Okay, now all you need to do is like simply click on more API. Now this will ask some few basic questions you have to enter. Even to show you that, I'll do that also. Okay, I clicked on developer. If anyone see, it's asking what type of API key do you wish to register. Professional, are you working for a company or something? You need to select with professional. For me, it's for general work purpose and learning purpose only. So I'm going to click on developer only. Okay, and we need to accept the terms and conditions. Simply scroll down, and if you have time, you can go and read this. Okay, simply accept. And regarding the type of views, I'm going to develop mobile application, right? We are going to build mobile application, right? So that's why I'm going to change it to mobile application. Okay, if you are okay with the website, then you can simply search your requirement website, mobile, personal, something. It's up to you. Application name, I can say Netflix clone. You can give it any name. Application URL I don't have, so basically I'm going to pass none. And summary, I'll say I'm going to summary in the sense why you are going to use it. Just simply type some matter. It has to be, I guess, 2 lines, I guess. Just simply enter some random things. Okay, use this API for practical purpose to learn and improve my coding skills, something like that. I just type. Now have to pass my first name. I need to pass name, some last name, and I'm passing here the number, this one. You can pass anything. City also I'm passing some random, and state also, zip code also I'm passing some random, and state also simply add some dummy text, nothing but. Okay, make sure this has to be enter something. Okay, so what we did, we simply changed it to type of used to mobile application. If you want, you can go with the personal also, but I just simply entered that. That's it. Application name, I just passed that. Application URL, we don't have any URL, so that's why I just simply passed none. And I just entered data, and the email you cannot edit it, and these are I just dummy data I have provided. Okay, simply click on submit. If everything goes well, see, you have your API key, and this is your API access token. So right now we want only this thing, API read access token. Okay, simply copy this and make sure that store it in some notepad, something. Okay, we are going to take help of this only. Okay, that's it. We have successfully created our own API. I mean, we have successfully generated API. Okay, now we can go and use it. Okay, now simply go to account settings, I guess. No, not account settings. TV shows, popular, leaderboard, I guess. No, not so leaderboard. To get the API, like to get the base URL and endpoints, we have to go to one thing. Just let me check API. Let me click on API here. I guess there is official. Yep. So all you need to do is like simply click on more and API. Okay, that's it. So you can able to navigate to this screen and simply click on API reference. Okay. Now these all are the APIs. Basically, get method, post, you can able to see, right? Now if you have a confusion like what exactly APIs are, hold on, I'll tell you. Basically, and first I'll explain it in English and later I'll explain it in Telugu in a short way. If you want more videos on more particular video on API, just let me know through comments. Okay, so I'll do a separate video on APIs regarding. So first thing, what is API? So consider like an so easy example, consider like an waiter. Okay, if we go to restaurant, whatever food we want, we'll simply tell to waiter. Now waiter what to do? Waiter will go to chef and tell these guys want this food. Let's say pizza, some biryani, something. These guys want this. Make it and give it to me. I'll hand over to them. This is what waiters do, right? In the same way, when it comes to this software, what happens is that I need some data. Okay, how can I cannot directly talk to the server and database these things and all. So that's why there is an API. So what are the things? Let's say I said favorite movies. I want favorite movies data from this server data. Okay, database. Okay, so what I do, I simply, there is an API. Okay, I'll simply use that API. That's it, and I'll send that this is the API. I'll simply hit that API, and what does this API do? Whatever the data it has, it will give it to me. That's it. That's the API. Okay, I hope you got it right. Perfect. Now let me explain it in Telugu. సో ఏపీఐ అంటే కనుక ఇదొక మనకు అర్థమయ్యే భాషలో చెప్పాలంటే, మనం ఒక రెస్టారెంట్కి వెళ్ళినప్పుడు ఒక వెయిటర్కి చెప్తాం కదా, లైక్ బిర్యానీ తీసుకురండి, పిజ్జా అనేసి. సో వెయిటర్ ఏం చేస్తాడు, చెఫ్కి వెళ్ళి చెప్తాడు హోటల్లో. సో వీళ్ళకి టేబుల్ వాళ్ళకి బిర్యానీ, పిజ్జా సంథింగ్ ఇవి కావాలి, మేక్ ఇట్, అవి చేసి ఇస్తే నేను వాళ్ళకి ఇస్తాను అనేసి. అదే కదా వెయిటర్ చేసే వరకు. సో ఇప్పుడు మన దాంట్లోకి వచ్చేస్తే ఏపీఐ ఏం చేస్తుంది అంటే, ఏపీఐ కూడా ఒక వెయిటర్ లాంటిదే. మనకేం కావాలి ఇప్పుడు ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ నాకు ఫేవరెట్ మూవీస్ యొక్క డేటా కావాలి. సో నేను డైరెక్ట్గా చెఫ్తో మాట్లాడే బదులు నేను ఇక్కడ ఏం చేస్తా, డైరెక్ట్గా ఏపీఐకి చెప్తా, ఏపీఐ నాకు ఇట్లా ఫేవరెట్ మూవీస్ కావాలండి. ఏపీఐని హిట్ చేయడం వల్ల ఏపీఐ అనేది సర్వర్తో డేటాబేస్తో పోయి డేటాబేస్లో ఏదైతే డేటా మనకు కావాలో ఆ డేటా మనకి తెచ్చిచ్చింది. దట్స్ ఇట్. ఓకే, సో ఇట్స్ అ షార్ట్ ఇంట్రో అబౌట్ ఇట్, APIs. Okay, now if you scroll down, so movie list, these are the APIs basically we are going to take use of. Okay, let's say now playing. So first thing, let's check like really we are getting data or not from the API. So let me copy this API. So what I did, I just simply scroll down on movie list, I just simply clicked on now playing and I just copied this API. Okay, సింప్లీ ఈ ఏపీఐని కాపీ అయితే చేసుకోండి అండ్ కమ్ టు VS కోడ్ లోపల టెండర్ క్లయింట్, చాలామందికి ఇదైతే కనపడిపోవచ్చు లైక్ వేర్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ. సో దీన్ని మీరు అయితే ఇన్స్టాల్ చేసుకోండి. సింప్లీ గో టు ఎక్స్టెన్షన్ అండ్ సర్చ్ ఫర్ టెండర్ క్లయింట్. Now if someone will ask me like what exactly tender client is, so tender client is like an API, like a postman. So what we, instead of every time coding and checking, what we do, it's like an postman. If you are familiar with postman, it's like an postman only, that's it. So simply install this extension. Okay, then you will get this. Okay, let me close this and this also. So all you need to do is simply click on new request. Now I'm checking, what I'm checking, I'm simply going to check like is it my API working or not, that's it. Now what was the, this is my API, right? There is this, yeah, this is my API, right? I'm going to simply copy this and if you see exactly, it's a get method. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to simply paste it here, my API and get method. Okay, now if I send, it will throw me an error, 401 unauthorized. Now someone will ask me what happened, we have successfully created our account and we are simply sending the API, then what exactly? Before that, let's check the status code. Status 401 unauthorized. What exactly 401 means? Let's search, we'll get some more idea. 401 unauthorized. Incorrect login attempts or nothing but trying to gain access to a logged resource. Okay, I haven't said anything, only this browser is telling. See, look at this. If you observe this, trying to gain access to a logged resource such as, okay, these are the things, authentication credentials, nothing but, see, we have created our account but it's a private API, that means it's a logged API, we need a key. Then how you, then you will ask me like where we get the key. We already get that key. I told you right, starting only we saved, we need a key, just simply copy it in notepad. This is the key, that's it. Simply copy this key and go to auth bearer and simply paste that here. What I did, simply go to auth bearer and simply paste your key and hit enter. Let's see. If you see, let me scroll down this, I'm getting data. Look at this, this is my response. These are the movies. If you still have a doubt, look at this, like it's a original title, nothing but movie title, Five Nights at Freddy's something, and it's a overview and it's a popularity, and this is a, and we have a image path as well. Backdrop path means image path, and this is the movie. That means our API working fine, right? Done, that's it. So till here you got an idea, right? Now what we are going to do, let's write a code for this, like let's create a folder. I guess we have already created a folder for APIs. Now to store all our APIs code, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a file in APIs. Okay, caps, right? Network calls, I'm keeping it as networks. For your requirements, you can name it anything, it's up to you. I'm just simply naming it as network only. Okay, and basically it's a .js extension, but I haven't entered. Let me enter that .js. Okay, done. Now successfully we created a file for API calls and all. So in this file we are going to maintain whatever the API code we are going to write here, and we are going to use it around this whole project. Okay, got it, perfect. So now what I'm going to do, let me import, if anyone have watched my first video, just go and watch it, because we have installed the packages basically. I'm going to show you that as well. So we have installed one package, right, Axios. Basically to use to hit the API, we are going to use Axios. It's a famous one for APIs. Okay, so let me close the emulator. Don't close it, just minimize the emulator. Right now we don't want. So simply import Axios from Axios. Okay, got it, perfect. Let me remove this empty space. So now what I'm going to do, so one more thing, let me open this, and one more thing, if you see for okay, right now we are seeing now playing, right? If I click on popular, okay, till here I guess, let me go to top rated also, 3 movies. Okay, if you see till here, every API is same. Observe it. Okay, again just look at it. If I click on upcoming, see till movie here, that means this is my base URL. Okay, I have highlighted here in blue color, right? This is my base URL and this is my endpoint. Okay, now in now playing also, till here this is my base URL and this is the now playing, okay, endpoint. So if you go anywhere, so base URL is always common. Okay, only changes is like end URL only changes, endpoint. Okay, endpoint, nothing but this is my endpoint of the API. And if you see in popular also, just popular, this is my endpoint. If you see in top rated, this is my endpoint. And if you see upcoming, this is my endpoint. Okay, you got an idea, right? Perfect. So every time pasting the whole URL, what I'm going to do, API, I'm going to create an object, config equals to, and it's an object. I'll say base URL, and I'm going to pass the base URL here. Let me go to browser, and so don't close this website. Okay, so simply copy the base URL and paste it here in this. Okay, it came forward. Let me correct it later. Formatted this. See, base URL done. And next, what next? So every time writing, pasting that whole length, you know, we have this access token, right? Every time pasting here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to write here only. I'll say, okay, we'll say token. Okay, just for easy to understand purpose. And let's paste our token here. Let me copy this and paste it here. That's it. So now first what I'm going to do, let's go to now playing here, and before that let me show you the UI as well we are going to build. So okay, let me open it in Paint. Open with Paint 3D. So basically this whole data, okay, let me change it to, okay, so basically this whole box is this whole data I'm going to, this API I'm going to use now coming API. Okay, nothing but I'm going to show what are the response I'll get from this now playing API. Okay, if you want you can show the popular API, top rated, upcoming, these things and all. Okay, we'll show upcoming movies API. Okay, got it, right? Perfect. So first thing, let's write the code for this one. Let's create a function, const I'll say get upcoming, right? We are going to show the images of upcoming movies. Okay, so I'll say upcoming movies equals an arrow function. So till here, perfect, right? Perfect. So what we are doing, we are calling API. So API is an asynchronous. Okay. Now someone will ask me, what does asynchronous means? So whatever the work, it will make, we cannot define that particular time. Sometimes it may take some time, sometimes it may not take some time. Just we are going to tell JavaScript to wait till that code, that piece of code going to execute. Okay, let me explain it in Telugu also. సో బేసికల్లీ ఏపీఐ యొక్క ఫంక్షన్ ఎక్కడ ఏదైనా సరే అసింక్రోనస్ అనేది చెప్తాము. వై అసింక్రోనస్ అంటే ఏంటి అంటే కనుక, ఏపీఐ యొక్క కాల్ అనేది సర్వర్ అంటే డేటాబేస్ నుంచి సర్వర్ నుంచి వచ్చేది కాబట్టి టైం పట్టింది సమ్ టైమ్స్. సో మనకు ఆ రెస్పాన్స్ వచ్చే వరకు జావా స్క్రిప్ట్ని చెప్తాము. అదేంటి, అసింక్ అవైట్ అనే యూజ్ చేస్తాము. జస్ట్ టు వెయిట్, మనకి రెస్పాన్స్ వచ్చే వరకు వెయిట్ చేయి అనేసి ప్రామిస్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్. ఓకే, దట్స్ ఇట్. సో బేసిక్గా దిస్ ఈజ్ అన్ అసింక్. And I am going to use a try catch block. Why try catch? Why try catch means it's a preferred, like you have to. It's a good practice. Like you may not know. Like what does try means. First, initially it will try. If everything goes well, then it will execute that. If there is any issue, it will go into catch block. That means error block. That's it. In try block, what I'm going to do, I'll say const response. I'll say response equals to await. So await means that by word only defining wait. Okay, wait till the response. Okay, now simply call exios. And what was our method here? See, look at this, it's providing get, post, put. There are a lot of things, but right now what was our method? Our upcoming, it's a get method, right? Here clearly mentioned. Okay, let me pass that get method here. And inside this bracket we have to pass base URL and endpoint. Okay, so let's pass this. So every time, instead of pasting this whole thing, what I'm going to do, I'm going to simply say, let me take a ticks here. If you are aware of this, after year 6 something, they have integrated this one, like a backticks. You can simply click on above the tab. Okay, you can get those things where you can write your strings as well, like a JavaScript logic as well, nothing but. Okay, now what I'm going to do, let me do this one, and config dot base URL. So I have pasted base URL slash. So this is my base URL. Okay, now we need an endpoint as well, right? So where we get the endpoint means this is my endpoint upcoming. Simply copy till /. Okay, copy that and paste it here. Okay, let me remove one. So this is my base URL, nothing but whole API. Okay, with endpoint. This is my endpoint and this is my base URL. Okay, perfect. Now if we hit the API, can we get the data means? No, right? Why? Because we need a token also, right? Because those are private APIs, we have to send a token as well. So let's send the token also. So inside this bracket only, simply take a object. So it's a head, it's a get method, right? So if it's a post means we have to whatever the data we need, we can send here in this object, and we can send headers also. So right now it's a get method, right? So only single object. So inside single object, let's mention headers and authorization. So this is the authorization, right? So basically in tender client we simply passed in, if you see here in tender client, it's a postman only kind of. So if you see in authorization only, we have passed bearer, right? In the same format we have to pass. How can we pass? It's an easy. Okay, let me show you that. Same way, I'm going to use a backticks and bearer. What does bearer means? See, this is the bearer, right? In this bearer only we have passed this. In this format only we are passing here. That's it. No differences, right? Okay. So dollar, this dollar indicates it's a JavaScript thing. Okay, otherwise it will otherwise it's considered like an string. Okay, so now config.token. Okay, done. Now I want to return an object basically. Before that, what I'm going to do, const data equals to response. So what it will give us, exhaust will give us a status as well as data, API data. Okay, response. Okay, nothing but. So what I'm going to do, response dot data, I'll say, and I need one more thing, status is equal to response dot status. That's it. And let's say I'm going to simply pass a success, true, if everything goes well. If it's going into try block means then it's true. Okay, and I'll say data equals to data only. This data, nothing but, you can name it anything here. I'm saying it as data only, that's it. And status equals to status. These are the things I'm passing here. If our API may be some issues, then if it's going to catch block means I'm going to simply console.log error. What was the error? I'm going to simply printing that, and I'm going to return success false. So basically, why I'm sending success true or false means if I want to show any loading bar or any something just to indicate these things for further purpose, that's why I'm sending success. That's it. And in data I'm going to pass error only, and in status I don't think, no need of status. Okay, see, this is my API. This is the function I have created to hit the API, and I'm simply returning the data, and these are the object I'm returning. Okay, so to hit the API we need to export it, right? Export, that's it, done. So that this function I can use anywhere in my whole project. Okay, perfect. So this is the home screen code, and this is the code we wrote to call API, right? And almost this code remains same only. So whatever the API you are going to call, let's say if you want to get now playing API data or popular top rated, everything remains same. Okay, so all you need to do is like simply change the endpoint, this endpoint, instead of this upcoming. If you want to get top rated, you can simply pass top rated as see, remains everything was same, right? Top rated, you can simply send that endpoint, that's it. Okay, so this code remains same. Okay, perfect. So now what I'm going to do, so let's jump into UI. Okay, so let's build the UI. If you see, this is my home screen. Okay, so here first what we are going to do, let's build this box. Okay, nothing but a banner, and that too this data will be get from the API only. Okay, posters, and for each poster we are going to show this button, my list, play, and info, these three buttons. Okay, on that click we'll perform some other action later, but right now our main focus is to be build this banner. Okay, perfect. So what I'm going to do first, in home screen, if you see Netflix UI is basically black, right? So let's do pass some style here. Style equals to styles dot container, I'll say. So you can prefer inline styling or outline styling, it's up to you, but when it comes to working company wise, outline style is preferred one. If you haven't started it, please prefer outline styling only. Okay, and I am getting suggestions. Okay, let me click on tab, and let's close this also. So okay, I am using a tab 9. Basically it's an AI, so it gave me this code. Okay, wait, I'll remove this also. Let's write our own. So basically container, right? Here I have passed for view. It's like an object, and inside object what I'm going to do, first of all I need to change the background color. Okay, let's pass 000, that means a black color. Okay, you're not able to see this because it just simply took the space of that particular text. Even text is also present in the UI. By default, text color will be black, right? So if I change this to, if I change the color, you can able to see. Look at this. Just to show you, I'm just writing inline. Okay, I'll remove that text. So color is white. If you see right now, you can able to see this, right? If I remove the text, look at this. Automatically there is no black color because we haven't provided any height, right? So let's tell our container to occupy the whole screen. Flex of 1 means it will occupy the whole screen. Now you see, you can able to see, right? Perfect. So one more thing, I need a scroll view. Why scroll view? Means let me show you this. If you see, this may contain, like there are a lot of content in our home screen, right? We have to scroll. Let me show you this. You will get a difference. See, consider like this is a one container or this. This is a one container. In the same way, in home screen we are going to create particularly 4 something containers, okay, with this in horizontal directions, okay. So to make that visible to user, we have to wrap it inside the scroll view, okay. So make sure you have to import from React Native. Okay, perfect. Now let's pass some style as well to this scroll view. I'll say, sorry, outline, right? Styles dot scroll view. I'll name it as scroll view. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, let's pass scroll view to tell that like a flex of 1. So if you don't aware of a scroll view, inside a scroll view you cannot use a flex by default it won't occupy the space. Whatever the content in this view, then only it will take that much space only. I hope you got it right. Okay, let me explain it in Telugu also. So scroll view lopala manam let's say I'll show you the difference as well. If I take a view, okay, I'll show you the difference so you will get an idea. Style equals to, just to show you that I'm going to say flex of 0.3 and background color for visibility purpose I'll say red. Okay, if you see there is no red color. Why it's not showing? Because if you see, even I have provided flex of 0.3, right? Let me correct it. Okay, flex of 0.3, right? But still it's not showing. Why? Because if you've wrapped inside the scroll view, right? So whatever the child it has, let's say it will occupy that much of space only. Let's say if I say hello, see my text is there, so that's why it just occupied that much of space only. Even if you wrap even if you say 1, 2, 3 as much as you can, it won't take that space. Then you can ask me like, what's the solution? Let's say you have a requirement of particularly you want to show this view. Let me give some space. So particularly this view you need to occupy the some 60-70%. You can do it by passing manual height. With height you can achieve it, like let's say responsive height of 60% I'll say, and let's make a space, sorry, bracket. See, even if I remove this child also, it will stay like that only, because I have manually I told like I need 60% of height. That's it. Now I can, let me copy paste it over down and same way, and let's change the colors just to show you how exactly the, what do we call scroll view works. And let's pass green. See, right now my content is overlapped. See, now I can able to see 3 colors. That too, without scroll view you cannot able to see colors because it will stuck here only. Then you cannot able to see the green color. Okay, you got an idea, right? Perfect. Okay, so just to tell you this difference only, I just created this. Let me remove this view. Come on, what happened to my mouse? Okay, let's remove this. Okay, now what I'm going to do, let's create a file for this banner. Okay, we are going to create everything in a component wise. Let's break the UI in the component like boxes wise. Okay, so let me remove this also. So right now we are going to build this banner, whole banner in a one component, and we call it here. Okay, perfect. So inside a component, what I'm going to do, I will create a file saying home banner. I'll say home banner.js, and same way I'm using snippet rnfes, and I'm going to call that home banner here. That's it. Make sure you have to import. Okay, I'm using some extension, so that's why it will automatically import. Okay, I don't know, there's something issue with my mouse. Okay, let's remove this response event. We are not going to use it here. Right now you cannot able to see anything home banner because then it's an empty text, and sorry, it's a text that too default color is in black. In fact, I'll show you that as well. Text is here current. I'll say color of white. I'll pass white color. See, right now you're able to see home banner text, right? Perfect. That means our component is visible on home banner, right? Home screen. Okay, perfect. Now let's close this and close home screen also, and network. Keep networks aside. Okay. So first thing, my requirement is I need to get these images before building the UI. I need to get images data, right? We need images data, right? Where we have our data, we have data in the API. Which API? This API, get upcoming movies API. First, I need to call this function, get upcoming movies function. I need to call. Okay. What it gives? If this everything was fine, then it will return data. If it's wrong, like if there any error in that, what it will return? It will return an error. That's it. Okay, perfect. So let's call this. To call the any API function, we use effect. It's an hook basically, and let's import from. We need two things basically right now from React. One is use effect, and other is use state. I'll tell you in short way also, like what exactly use state and use effect. Okay. So let me remove this input. Basically by default the snippet gives this, so let's give some space also. So basically use effect syntax looks like this. Okay, it takes an arrow function and nothing but a callback function, and it takes an dependency. So arrow function, we all know this, right? You can simply create an arrow function and you can pass it here, or else you can simply write here also console.log, whatever the logic you need to write. What does this dependency? Now I'll say like, now you can, someone ask me like what dependency, where is dependency means, you can able to see there is an square brackets, right? This symbol, this is a dependency array. Okay, now what's the working of dependency array means? So basically first I'll explain what is use effect do. So in React Native, or React JS also, so whenever we call this component, the first, this what of the code inside the use effect will render first, compile first, nothing but preference wise. So for example, whenever home screen renders, what happens? So in home screen, what we called in home screen, we are calling home banner. Okay, first it will jump into compile, jump into home banner. So it will check that okay, there is a use effect. So it will skip all these lines, first it will run this code, whatever the code inside this here. Okay, then after comes and it compiles this code. Okay, this is the functionality of use effect. So we need first initially only we need API data, right? Without API data, after rendering it will show empty only, right? First we need API data. So let's do that. Hold on, again my mouse is making me trouble. So now what I'm going to do, basically I need to wait till the response I'll get from the network. The response could be anything, either it could be success, either it could be failure. So basically it's an async task, right? So what I'm going to do, so and one thing, keep in mind that you cannot pass async directly here, which is the wrong. Okay, it won't work properly. You can simply create a function inside this, and you can simply call that function inside use effect. I'll show you how to do it. So I'll say handle upcoming API, I'll say, and basically this is an arrow function. and for this I'll pass async await. Okay, so I'll do directly destructuring const data comma status. I'll show you where exactly I'm getting this data and status. So what was the API function name? So get upcoming movies. Okay, let's call this function here. Await first. I need whatever the I need to wait to execute that function. Handle upcoming movies API. Sorry, not this one. Yeah, I'm calling this only directly. What was the exact name here? Get upcoming, right? Okay, let's type it. Get upcoming movies. Yeah, this is the one, and make sure we have to import from this, otherwise it will throw an error. Okay, perfect. So now where exactly I'm getting this data and status means, if you see in network, what was the thing we are returning here? If you see, we are returning an object, right? I'm doing simply destructuring. I need data and status. If you want success also, you can simply do destructuring. If it's failure, either way we are going to simply get data success. That's it. Let's pass status also. Status. Okay, we don't want status, right? Perfect. Let's leave it. I'm awaiting. So it may give, if everything goes well, it may give me the API data. Otherwise, it may give me error. Okay. So I'll write a condition basically. If status double equals triple equals to, I'll say state checking 200. That means if status 200 means, then my API data I got successfully. There is no error in that. Okay. What I'll do, I'll first simply create a use state. I'll say upcoming API data. I'm going to simply store it. By default, it could be an empty array, and if everything goes well, then I'm going to simply store that set up whatever the data I'll get from the API. I'm going to simply store it in this. That's it. Done. And I'll take an else also, just to indicate that if anything was wrong, I'm going to simply alert. I'll say simply, let me take a ticks here, and request failed with, I'll simply pass that data here only. Sorry, not dollar, I have to use dollar data. That's it. So here what happens, let me explain you. And before that, this is the arrow function I have created, right? Handle upcoming. So without calling this function, it won't run. Okay, we all know this, right? So let's call this inside this only. Handle upcoming API. That's it. Done. So what next? So let me explain this piece of code, nothing but. So first we are simply calling the networks API function call. Okay, I'm calling it and I'm waiting it. Okay. So if everything goes, if status double equals to 200 means, I'm going to simply store the API response, nothing but the data in the set upcoming API. Sorry, it's a use state, I'm storing it. Otherwise, I'll simply doing alert console. Nothing but I'm going to simply show an alert box with whatever the error it may. Okay. That's it. And I'm simply calling that handle upcoming function inside this function only. That's it. Perfect. Now let me do console.log. Are we getting really data or not? To check console.log upcoming movies data. That's it. And see, I'm getting data here. Look at this. This is all my data only. Okay. And let's reload this. See, within first initiated my code. See, look at this. Whenever the home screen called, directly first it jumped into this user effect code, and whatever the code inside this block of piece of code, it's simply compiled that and it just gave me the response. See, I'm doing console.log, right? That means we are successfully getting our API data. Perfect. If you see, even if you check here, this much of data we are getting. So done. Successfully we are getting the data as well. So let's build the UI now. So to build the UI, first what I'm going to do, let me go to quickly open a Thunder client. So we cannot able to find the key names here because it's a bit difficult. So what I'm going to do, let's go here and let's run this. See, from here we can simply find our what our key names we want. Okay, we can simply get the, instead of this we can prefer this one. Okay, so let's say if I want to show original title, that is nothing but a movie title, I can simply use this title. I can simply copy this title and I can simply show it in the item dot something flat list. Okay, so right now we want an image, right? If you see, it's not a full image address. Okay, it's a half of one. Even in the base URL also, see, look at this, observe, this is my endpoint and this is my base URL, right? In the same way, if you see, consider this is an endpoint. Okay, this much is the endpoint. But where is the base URL? Like a base point means we can simply get it from Google as well, I guess. Okay, I have searched for TDMB API images are not showing. See, look at this. This is the starting point. Nothing but https t&mb w500 / and we need to pass our endpoint here. Okay, so we'll keep this website on let's minimize that. Nothing but we are getting the data also. Perfect. Now let's build the UI here. Don't close this Thunder client one. Okay, or if you going with a Postman also, don't close this response because we are going to copy the key names from here only. Okay, you can do it from console.log also, but look at this, it's a bit difficult, right? So that's why. So let's okay, let's remove this console.log also. If API is not working, it can simply show an alert. Okay, then we'll get, okay, there is an issue with API. Perfect. Now let's pass style to this container. Okay, let me close this also, and let's close this use effect code also. In the sense, I just collapse, that's it. Style equals to styles dot container, I'll say. And same way as I said, right, in scroll view we have to mention particularly, otherwise it won't show. Whatever the content height, it will occupy that content height only. Okay, so here what I'm going to do, I want my banner to be like around 70% on the screen, and I'll say background color for visibility purpose, I'll say red. See, right now it occupied 70% of the screen width. If you want, you can go with 60%, it's up to you. For me, I guess I want to show my banner to be on 70%. Okay, perfect. And I'll say width of responsive height, if you want, you can use a width of 100% like this, or you can use a width directly, you can pass 100% like this also. And usually most of everyone write like this, right? 100%. You can do it like this also, so that it will occupy the whole width. That's it. So let's remove this text. So we have a data basically, and we need to show the data, right? We have multiple images, so we'll take a flat list here, and let's import from the React Native. So as usual in flat list, we need to pass two parameters basically. Data we have from the upcoming movies. So this is my data, right? Array objects I have passed here, and a render item. So here I'm going to create a render movie banner, I'll say, just to make our code cleaner. So let's create a function here, upper return. Okay, render movie banner equals to an arrow function basically, I'm going to say, and let's pass const as well. Okay, so inside this it will provide two items basically, item comma index. You can name it, I am simply passing a item, you can pass value, it's up to you. Okay, now return. Let's check exactly we are getting data from the flat list or not. To check that, I'll say item, basically what are the thing we want to show. Let's say I want to show original title. Okay, simply copy this key value here, key, and paste it item dot here. That's it. And right now we are not getting any data. Why? We are returning the data as well. And let's reload this and let's check if there is any issue, like we can fix that. Okay, if you see there is an issue here, even if you are also getting this, because we are using a scroll view. Okay, let me show you that in home screen where we wrapped our home banner inside a scroll view. By default, we are already providing scroll view, right? And we all know, like a flat list by default, it's a column by the scroll direction, right? So both are overlapping. So why it's showing, it's telling visualize should never be nested inside a plain scroll view with the same orientation, because both are in same orientation right now. That's why. To right now, if you see in the UI, my banner is like horizontal direction, not in a column, right? Horizontal means I want to change the direction in this way, not in this way, right? So that's why I'm going to simply change the direction to horizontal. That's it. Let's do this. Okay, see, I'm not getting any error, but we are not getting item. So let's check first. Let me do item here, console.log. Let's pass. Okay, what's the issue here? Item banner. So we are getting data from the API and we are passing that, but we are not getting data. Let's check the API. Okay, we did a mistake. If you see here, this is our response, right? This is the whole object, nothing but. Okay, inside this is the dates, this is the one object, and this is thing. If you see inside results only, our whole data exists, right? But if you check here, we are simply passing the data directly into this, so that's why it's not able to find this, like where exactly this. So where exactly our data is inside results, right? So how can we pass that? Means simply copy this results here and go to home banner, data dot results, paste this. If you see right now, we are getting images, titles here. You can able to see, right? Perfect. So these are the errors we'll get. So that's why let's keep this like this only. So even if there any something, let's say if we want to access genre IDs also, there is an API, so it will give us some reference how can we access these things and all. Okay, perfect. Nothing but we are simply getting our data. Okay, let me remove this console.log. That means we are getting data successfully. So now what I'm going to do, I don't want any text to show, so I want an image, right? So let's remove this whole thing and return. I'll take an image background. Basically, why image background? Okay, I'll explain you that as well. Before that, let's import from the React Native. It's throwing an error because image background should be null. Okay, let's ignore this right now. If you see UI here, okay, I'll take this only. Consider like this is my whole container, right? So white color box indicated. So inside this there are two things, containers, nothing but. See, this is an image. Inside that on that image there are three buttons, basically my list, play and info, nothing but. So that's why what we are going to show an image. On that image I am going to create a one more view, and I am going to simply create these three buttons on that image. So that's why you can achieve it using a position like a absolute, flex, these things also, like a position relative absolute also. But easy way is like you can do it with image background. So I'm going to prefer with image background only. Okay, you can do it with anything, and image background is same like image. Okay, so source basically, and basically we are getting from image address, right? URI and item dot. So don't close this till UI building. Okay, this one. So let's find out poster path. This is my image, right? So if I dot paste it here, you won't get any image. Because it's an endpoint, right? We need to pass a base also, right? So we have, as I said before, we have already kept this open only. So what I'm going to do, let me copy this whole thing till w500 forward slash, okay, and remove this, okay, remove this thing, and forward text, back text basically, and let's paste this base point here and paste end point. Item dot, let me close this. It's typed poster part. This is the thing, right? Right now I'm not able to see any images, right? Because we haven't passed any style. Let's pass styling also. Styles dot what we can name, we can say movie banner. I'll say, let me make it proper, movie banner. Okay, now let's do styling. So movie banner, basically this is also an object, right? So I'll say width, it has to occupy the whole width, 100%. And height also 100%, I'll say, because we have passed 70%, right? This is the parent container, and inside this parent container only we have the images, right? Perfect. So what the issue is, still we are not getting any image. We are returning the image as well, and we have passed styles also. Let's reload this and let's check the thing. Maybe we haven't passed. Does anything wrong? So simply copy this thing and let's do console.log, like are we getting the exact just to check item.poster path. See, I'm getting the endpoint successfully. That means there is an issue with base URL. Yes, this is the base URL, right? I'm using. Okay, let's copy this. I guess this is also same only. Let's try. Let's copy this. Maybe formatting issue also may happen. Maybe stylings. Okay, let's change the stylings to check exactly what's the issue here. Let me pass 200. Okay, so there is an issue with the width, nothing but. Okay, it's not able to. So what I'm going to do, I'll take the help of this width. I'll say 100% here. Okay, perfect. Now we are getting the movie here, images perfectly fine. And if you observe here, we are getting if you observe below, we are getting some slider, right? See, there is some slider. Whenever I'm going to simply scroll, there is a scroll indicator I'm getting, which I don't want. So I'm going to remove the first. Show horizontal scroll indicator equals to false, I'll say. And if you observe here, we won't get any scroll indicator. And one more thing, see, if I scroll down, it's getting half off, right? I want, whenever I simply scroll, I just want to scroll only single movie image. How can we do? There is a function already available, paging enabled. That's it. By default, if you pass paging enabled, it consider like an true. Okay. Let me reload this. Now if I scroll, see, I'm getting only single movie only. That means perfect, right? And if you check the UI here, let me remove this also. If you see my content overlapping on the status bar also, that means I just want to show my images on this this also status bar also. How can we do it? Simply go to home screen here, and you can simply add here. There is a status bar. Simply import from React Native, and you can do whatever the things you want to do for status bar, you can do it from here. Right now I want to show this banner on the status bar also. How can we do? There's a property called transparent. If you pass it like this, it will automatically take a wrap on that. See, right now it just wrapped on that, but the thing is I want to change the background color also. So background color, I'll say transparent. See, look at this now. Now it's looking good, right? Perfect. And what else we can do? Let's keep status bar this only, like this color only, white color only. If you want, you can change that status bar also, like a bar style. There is a property. You can simply pass dark content, means whatever the icon text it's showing, it change into black color. Otherwise light. I'll keep it as by default only based on the system's thing. See, perfect. Right now we are successfully getting our movie images, right? Perfect. And okay, let me remove this console.log. We have did right here. Let's remove this console.log. We don't want. And yeah, banner we have done, and let's do some changes to this. Let's close this home, we don't want. And this is my image render movie. Here only we are rendering the right. And here there is a property called resize mode, I guess. Yep, resize mode. I'll say cover, so that it will cover the screen. If you pass contain, I'll show you the difference also. If you pass contain, see, look at this. You are getting you can see the full screen, but you are getting the background color also. But it's not a good thing, right? Even if I want to remove the background color of red, I just, for visibility purpose only, I just kept. Still it's looking bit weird, right? I want to show like occupy the whole width. To this, all I can say is like simply pass cover. That's it. Now it will occupy the whole width. Whatever the provided width, it will occupy. This will look good, right? Perfect. Okay, we are getting banners. So let me close this, and let's see the UI. See, there is an darkness here, right? Nothing but, if you observe here till upper, hold on, let me zoom out this. I don't know why it's weird. Oh, there is some issue with my mouse particularly. So to show the difference, okay, so till here this was bright, okay, but below here there is some opacity, light gray blurry type, right? Let's create that effect to show the buttons and all. Okay, so to show that thing, what I'm going to do, I'll take a linear gradient which we have already installed. I have shown you that package in the first video. I can still show you this. There's a package called linear gradient we are going to take help of, and make sure that those who are using building in Expo, linear gradient package will differ. Those who are using React Native earlier, that was the package. Okay, let's close this network also. We are going to make calls later. So inside this, let's import linear gradient, and let's import this from the React Native linear gradient. Okay, perfect. You know, re again run that emulator and it got fixed. So what I'm going to do, let's take a linear gradient here, and here we have to pass two things basically. One was colors. So colors, it will we can simply pass an array. So right now I am going to use the two colors, RGBA 0, 0, 0, 0.1, and my other color is bit darker, like a lightish black color, like 0, RGBA. Don't worry, I'll provide these colors in the description. Okay, 0, 0, 0, 7, and let's close this. Let's format this. Okay, let's reload this first. Are we getting anything? And okay, ignore that error. Let's pass some stylings also. Style equals to, we'll say styles dot linear container, I'll say. So let's pass style to here. Linear container equals to, first thing, I just want my box to be a bit 0.2, flex of 0.2, and we'll say background color of red. I don't know why my emulator is too much slow here today. Okay, let's remove this. Flex of 0.2, and I want this linear gradient exactly. So this linear gradient exactly at this particularly this box end. So what I'm going to do, I'll say, instead of this column wise, I'll say justify content of flex end. Let's reload this, and let's see what's the issue here. Colors of a view managed by null. Attempt to invoke a virtual method int java double int on a null object. Okay, what's the issue here? Okay, I'll do one thing. Maybe some syntax error, I guess. What I'm going to do, I'll simply open this package only basically, and there is some code, right? I'm going to simply copy that code and I'll do modifications. I guess it won't throw error. Maybe there is some issue with that code, I guess. Yeah. So let's copy this piece of code from the package and simply paste it here. Let's close this, and let's reload this. Are we getting error still again or not? Let's check. Yep, right now we are not getting any error. See, maybe some syntax error, I guess. I don't know. We did same only, but we simply got that error. Okay, maybe if you're still also getting the error, you can simply copy that code from here and do modifications. Okay, in this thing right now we don't want any text, so I'm going to remove this, and I'll pass instead of linear gradient, our styles is like linear container, right? I'll say linear container. Okay, see, right now flex of 0.2 took this much of. If you want, you can increase 0.4, means it will occupy more space. Right now I don't want that much space. I'll say 0.2 only. Okay, perfect. Okay, this much of space, and let's change the colors also. So we don't want 3 colors basically. I'll say I want 2 colors only. If you want, you can pass multiple colors as much as you can. It's up to you. But for the UI, we want 2 colors. So this will be 0, 0, 0, 0.1. It's a light black color. RGBA 0, 0, 0, 7, this one. Okay, let's format this and let's reload this to check how it's looking. See, right now it's bit dark, right? And I don't want this much opacity also, because the thing is, if you see the UI, this was a bit darker comparing to this is more darker, right? And this is light dark. To match these two things, I'm going to reduce the opacity. There is a property called opacity for the thing. Opacity, I'll say 0.8, I guess. See, now it's somewhere matching, right? If you want, okay, let's increase to 0.9. I guess we don't want that much also. See, right now we are getting some darkness, right? You can play around with this, you will get an idea. If I do 0.1, see, look at this much darker it went. If I pass 0.5, it will highlights, that's it. So I'll pass 0.9, will be pretty much fine for me. So that, see, this bottom background color will excite highlights, nothing but. So, and we have passed justify content, right? So whatever the children's will create inside this image background, it will simply pass to bottom. That's it. That's the functionality it do. And inside linear container, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a, if you see the UI, successfully we created banners, and all we need to do is we need to simply create these three things. Consider like this box, this is an view like container. Inside container, how many childs we have? We have 3 childs basically. My list, 3 components, 2 text and 1 button. Okay. So what I'm going to do, let's do some stylings also. Sorry, let's create text first. So inside the linear container, because our view containers is in this only, right? Like what do we call, in darker color only we need to show, right? So that's why what I'm going to do, I'll say text and I'll say my list. And let's do stylings also. I'll say style equals to, sorry, we are writing outline styling, right? Sometimes I'll also forget. So styles dot titles, I say. Okay, I can say titles. Okay, just to reference, let's pass stylings. Titles, I'll say font size of, we can use a responsive. For response, there is a responsive fonts also this package provides, you can go and check out. I'll say 17, and let's reload this. Okay, right now we are not able to see, because as I said, right, by default color will be black. So let's pass white. Okay, it's become huge. Let's say 10. Again, it's 2. .5. Okay, I guess we can reduce later, and let's pass font weight to be 500. I guess it's not much. I guess 3 will be fine. Yeah, 3 will be fine. So let me collapse this. So this is the render item, right? And this is the view basically. Let's close collapse that as well. So inside this only we created a text, right? So we need to pass linear container styles also, right? So what we have to pass here means, first thing, we want to change the direction of this linear container. Why? Because if you see the UI, because these alignment in row direction, not in column, right? If you see, this is the one, it's in row, this is the row, this is the row. These 3 are in row direction, right? For this, so let's do flex direction will be row. If you want column, you can simply, by default it will be column only, no need to change. And I'll say justify content will be spaced evenly. Okay, ignore the sound, there is a vehicle was going on. if you see the difference, exact difference, let me replicate this, Control D, Control D. I just replicated 3 times. See, you can able to see this UI, right? And one more thing, if you observe here, they are like not in proper order, row wise, column wise basically. Okay, so to make it a column wise also proper alignment, we can simply pass align items center, so that in column wise also there will be an equal center. Okay, perfect. And there is a property called align cells. I'll say stretch. And yeah, these are the things. And let's reduce some size as well. I guess it's become too big pretty much. Okay, this much was fine too. This was pretty much fine to look. So yeah, you can able to see the things, right? And we have darkened this also. So one thing we want to change basically, so instead of this center text, we need to convert it into a button. Okay, so let's do that also. So the center one only, right? I'll cut this basically and I'll wrap it inside the touchable opacity, nothing but. So if anyone don't know what exactly touchable opacity means, touchable opacity, it's like an button. Whatever the inside this container, it will convert it into an button. That's it. So let's check the UI. If you see, observe correctly, there are two things in the button. Okay, there is a play icon and there is a text. So again these are in row direction, right? Alignment. So same way, what I'm going to do, let's pass styling to this first. So style equals to styles dot I'll say play button. Okay, let me correct the spelling properly. Styles dot play button, and let's pass some stylings as well. So I'll say play button. So basically, first thing, what was the color of this? This color was white, right? Okay, we have passed white color. What next? Let's check the UI. Okay, there is some medium space only. That's it. So width, I'll say responsive width of 25 and height of, I'll say responsive height of 5. See, right now you can able to see, right, button. I guess it's big. Okay, bit huge. Let's increase the sizing as well. So I'll pass instead of 25, I'll say 25, and height I'll guess 5.5 will be fine. Okay, this was fine. And button was curve, right? So border radius, basically there's a property to make a curve for all sides, 10. And see, look at this, it's a button, right? Perfect. Okay, and what next? We need to change the direction, right? Flex direction, because the alignment is in row. Okay, and align items row wise. Align item means column wise center. Justify content means row wise center. So one thing you have to keep in mind, why these two means, if you change, basically keep in mind that justify content means main axis. Okay, align items means cross axis. So if by default flex direction will be column, okay, column direction means then justify content will be main direction, main axis, and align item will be cross axis. That means justify content lies in column wise and align items lies in row wise. But if you change the flex direction to row, justify content main axis acts as a row direction and align items acts as column direction. Okay, there is no confusion. Okay, don't get confused, it's an easy. If you go through and do hands-on, you will get an idea. Okay, so usually what I did, I just kept whatever the children comes inside this touchable opacity, I just simply kept it as column wise, row wise in center. That's it. Right now you cannot able to see anything because we haven't passed anything inside this, so that's why. So let's if you check the UI here, there is an icon and there is a text. This is the touchable opacity, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to simply add an icon. So React Native vector icons, search here, and there is a first vector icon directory. This is the directory where we are going to use help of. So search for controller play. There is a play. Okay, it's reloading. Maybe it will take some time, I guess. Or else simply search for play. Okay, maybe my network was slow. So let's search for, see, this is the icon, right? So it's a similar one. So what I'm going to do, let's copy this controller play, and before that let's import this ntypo thing. Okay, and I have shown you vector icons also, like how to integrate in the Android, right? That's it. We have already in Android. If anyone haven't watched, please go and watch first video, you will get an idea. So import what was the package of that name, ntypo from React Native vector icons slash ntypo. That's it, done. And let's call that here ntypo close this one, and we need to pass basically three things. First one is the name. What was the icon name here? My icon name is copy from here, controller play, paste it here. And other one is size. What was the size? I'll say 30. Okay, let's redo this. See, 30 was a bit small. I'll say 35. And color, what was the color? Will be black. Right, perfect. And one more thing, if you see, whenever I click on this, there is some flash, right? Huge flash. We are getting, that means opacity, because we are using touchable opacity, right? That's why we can reduce the opacity also. There is a property called active opacity. I'll say 0.8. See, now you are not getting that much flash comparing to previous. You can increase or reduce it up to you. And I need a text also, right? Let me copy this text here and paste it inside the touchable opacity. And instead of this, I'll say play. This is the text, right? Play. That's what I have added there. And sorry, I have changed here. Basically, I need to change here inside touchable, right? So let me give some spacing below so that you will get also won't get confused. So this is my touchable opacity. Okay, here how many childs we have? We have 2 childs. Which direction? We have childs in row direction. Okay, and I just simply pass titles stylings to this. Let's correct it, or else we can simply override these stylings also. So what I'm going to do, I'll pass array, and here I'll say I don't want that much size. I'll say font size, I'll reduce to font size. What was the font size here we are using? If you see, I'm using 2.5. I'll say 2.3 something, close to that, not much. And color will be black. And font weight will be same only, remain same. I'm not going to do any changes. It will be font weight 500 only. So one more thing, if you want to pass multiple styles, you can simply pass in this format. This is the format where we pass. We'll take an array, and inside array, how many styles if you want, you can pass. It's up to you. And just keep in mind that what are the styles you pass in left, it will override by right side styles. Okay, if I pass one more style, it will get override by third one. Okay, in this format it works. And is there anything we have to pass? We have to pass a gap as well. Let's say gap of 15 or 10 so that it will give some space between these two. Let's check the UI. There's not that much space is there. In fact, let's increase some boldness also to that place thing. So this is the styling rate. I will reduce some to 2.2 and the color will be black only, and font weight will be, I'll keep 700. Okay, now it's looking a bit fine, and the gap I guess I have to reduce. Instead of 10, I'll say 5. 5 will be fine. Now let's check the UI. See, same. And the mileage, instead of my list here, I need to change it to info, right? Let's change that as well to here info. Right now I'm keeping it as text only. You can change it to buttons as well. We'll change it later, okay, don't worry. So right now we are focusing on UI, right? And let's reduce some style to 2.2. I guess it was a bit not that much. 2.3, 4. 2.3 will be, I guess, sorry. Yeah, this is looking somewhere great. And if you see, even I can render this also. We are getting the same thing. And that too, this is the button. You can perform any on-click action also on this. So to show the difference, what I'm going to do, on press, I'll do a console.log, clicked, play button. Okay, see, you can able to see the this terminal also. Clicked play button, right? Perfect. And let's do some changes in the linear gradient also. I guess if you see here exactly, there is a line it's showing red, which we don't want. Let's reduce some styling, like a colors, I guess. So colors will be 0, 0, 0. I'll say 0.0 only. Yeah, I guess now it's fine. Bit. Okay, now it's looking good somewhere. Like before, it used to be like a, see, if I pass 0.3 here, you are able to see a line, right? See, look at this, which is like actually looking like an, see, if I observe here, there is a line which I have added, and if I remove, reduce it to 0.05, something like that, you're not able to see, right? It's like, and before it was like an artificial, now it's like bit looking good, right? Perfect. Okay, we successfully built the banner as well. And if you want to increase banner height, you can increase it. Okay, see, instead of this height, you can simply pass 100 here so that it will occupy the whole space. See, you can pass anything, it's up to you. I'll say 70 only. 70 was fine. And let's reduce, let's reload this. Okay, actually I need to reduce from here. Actually I was increase, I need to change from here, container. Okay, okay, now it's looking fine. And yeah, done. Movie banner was done. Now let's quickly build this text. Okay, let's remove this. So next thing what we are going to do, we are going to simply create a component, and inside that component we are going to create a text showing the text, and we are going to create a posters one, same like we did. Okay, so let's do that also. So let me close this, and let's keep this. We are going to run one more API, and same way we are going to render the UI from the response. Okay, So let's go to home. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to simply pass, so not this. I'm going to take a view. Why? I'll tell you, because I will need some padding from here. I don't want padding to this particular. I'll say style equals to styles dot sub container. I'll say name. I'll naming it as sub container. Okay. And I'll say sub container only, and I'll say padding horizontal will be, I'll pass 10, and gap will be somewhere around each difference will be some 10. I'll say, and the margin top will be something around from top, I'll say 20. We can reduce it later also, but right now what I'm going to do, let's create a same again component saying home, or else I can say, okay, I'll say movie cards. Okay, movie cards, just to make it a bit clear. RNFES, I'm using snippet, and let's call this component here inside this view. I'll call movie cards. Okay, make sure you have to import, otherwise it will throw an error. And let's see where exactly this text is. So to see, I'm going to simply, okay, not this, I need to pass color, right? Style equals to color of white, just to see where exactly my text is. See, right now my text is here, and it took padding also, and we can increase that. If I remove this padding, look at, you can observe this. See, my text exactly attached to end point of the screen, right? I don't want, so that's why I simply pass padding of 10. In fact, I'm going to increase that also. Let's see the UI also. I'll say 15. Now it was fine. Okay, what I'm going to do, so in our app we have three things, basically three APIs, and the UI will be same only. So every time writing the whole code, I'm going to customize this component, like I'm going to create a custom component, like whatever the data I'll pass, it's going to show that. Okay, basically what I'm going to do, I'll take help of this title, I'll keep it as title, and data. So these two things, what are the things I'll pass, it's like automatically custom component only. So first thing, I'll say styles dot container. I'll say let's pass some styling. And we need to add the code also, like what do we call. Before that, I'm going to simply show you the how much space we are going to create for this. So let's pass some styling container, and this container, I'll say height of responsive height will be 40%. I just want my movie cards to be 40% space, want to occupy nothing but. And I'll say background color, how it looks, this is how this much of space it will take, and this is how it looks, basically 40%. Okay, so before that, what I'm going to do, let's remove this text also. Okay, let's keep this text. We need to show a, what do we call, title, right? Like saying top rated, now showing, now playing movies, these things and all. So okay, let's remove the background color first. We don't want, just to show you that only I just kept. And to show difference, like to pass gap between title and these things, I have passed gap. So first thing, let's we have already title, right? So here I'll say title will be title only. Whatever the title we pass, it's going to replicate here. Okay, that's it. And let's pass styling as well for text. So okay, let's pass style to this here only, like font size of 17, and font weight is to be bold. Right now I'm writing here, but you can practice to write here only. Okay, it's a good idea. Just to directly, I have already wrote here, right? So that's why I'm continuing here. Okay, let me close this, and font weight will be bold. Color also this, and title we haven't passed yet, right? So that's why it's showing. If I pass here title, you can able to see. I'll say title equals to string. Basically, it's a. I'll say now playing. Okay. See, right now you can automatically able to see this text, right? Now what the use of custom component means, so I can replicate as many times I want. See, if I scroll down, I have replicated this much, and I can change text also. Like if I say like top movies, and if I say what do we call, okay, I'll just for reference purpose, web series, I'll say now playing top movies, web series. See, I have customized. I haven't done more coding also. Like I just simply created a custom component. I just simply pass props. This is the use of main use of, like, using props. With these props, look at this. I'm simply created a custom component, and I'm doing this, right? Perfect. You got an idea, right? So let's remove this first. We are going to do props only, like but right now let's focus on this to create. Okay, so in movie cards we have passed title, and we wrote these also, right? And one more thing, let's pass some letter spacing also. So this letter spacing, I'll say letter spacing is nothing but I'm just simply passing some space between these two text, that's it. And for letter spacing, I'll say something around, like not much, I'll say around 1 or something like that. See, right now you got some spacing, right? If I say 0, see, it attached to that. That's the difference. Letter spacing I have passed 1. Now it was looking great. So my suggestion is, like, you can simply add, there are few fonts available on internet. Simply use those fonts to make way more beautiful, okay, look wise. I'm using by default fonts only. Okay, and after this I'm going to take a flat list because I need to render movies, right? Flat list, and same way I'm have to pass a data, and data I'm going to pass data only. So one thing you need to keep in mind, whatever the API, let me show you this. So whatever the API we call, let's say upcoming, or where is this? So I have close with this. Okay, TMDB, yeah, this is the one. So just keep in mind that what are the API I call, let's say like top movies, top rated, popular, what are the movies, the key points, key names will be same, okay, remain same for every API, okay. So the original title will remain same for this, only this value only changes, okay. I hope you got it right, perfect. So let's close movie band also, we have done that, right? So I'm passing data as data only, and render item I'll say render movie cards, and I'm going to create a function, render movie cards equals to an arrow function, and I'll say const, and inside this, same as usual, I'll say item comma index, And again this list will be same way, like what do we call horizontal only, right? I'll pass horizontal here, and I don't want to show any indicator, so horizontal row indicator will be false. So these are the things which I have passed here. And before that, building the UI, I cannot able to see this because we are not passing any props here, data, right? So what I'm going to do, so if you see in movie banner, we called use effect hook, right? Like function we are calling in the same way we are going to call API. So before that, let's create an API function for that also. So we are working on right now playing, right? What I'm going to do, let's go to browser, and where is this now playing API? Let's search for, so these are all our APIs only, you can go and play it, so you will get an idea. Where is the now playing now playing API. Okay, simply copy this whole just this endpoint basically till / now playing, and again copy this whole code, and same way it remains same, so simply paste it here. Instead of this upcoming, I'll change it to now playing. That's it. And as I said, right, base URL remains same, and instead of upcoming, what I need to paste, I need to paste up now playing endpoint, right? I have simply passed now playing endpoint, and everything remains same. Okay, so to get remaining also, let's say popular also, what I'm going to do, same way, like simply create a copy this endpoint till / again same copy this whole thing, paste it here, and simply change the name to, instead of now playing, what was the API here, like API name popular movies, right? I'll say popular movies, and only endpoint only changes, right? Let's paste it our endpoint here, and that's it, popular also done. And what left with top rated, right? Top rated also will do it now. Same way, simply copy the endpoint, and same way copy this thing and paste it here, and change the name to top rated. Okay, and let's change the endpoint also same way, top rated. That's it. See, is there any difference? We simply wrote logic for same way, like for all APIs, get popular, get now playing, get upcoming. For 4 APIs we wrote conditions, and everything remains same, and even our code also looking fine, right? In proper order, everything okay, we are maintaining in a cleaner way. Okay, now let's close. Okay, don't close this, to to remember the names. Let's go to home screen. So we are going to call our all API code here from home screen only. Okay, let's go to home banner here, and copy this use effect code only. I'm repeating, use effect code only. Okay, simply copy this use effect code till use effect only, and go to home screen. And before that, make sure import two things, use state 1 to store our API data, and use effect. Okay, and simply paste this code here, use effect code, and change it to, instead of handle upcoming, I'll say, what was the thing we are showing here, now playing, right? Yes, handle. Okay, in fact I'll say handle API only. Why making bit complicated? Handle API only, this one only. I'm going to simply change this upcoming to now playing movies. That's it. Make sure we need to import these things. Okay, in fact we and let's create a use state here, saying use state, I'm going to say now playing data, just to make difference, now playing data. And by default this could be an empty array. and instead of this I'll pass set now playing data. That's it, done. And if you do console.log also, you will get now playing data. See, look at this, I'm getting now playing data, right? So this is how we are going to call all four APIs which we created in home screen, and we are going to pass that whatever the data through as a pops to this movie cards banner. That's it. Then we'll get all four. How many if you want to create, you can multiple you can create. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, in the same way I'm going to simply copy this thing, use effect, and I'm going to paste it again three times basically. So we have now playing did done, right? Now what I'm going to do, go to networks. So now playing was done. What next? Get popular movies. Simply copy this name. Instead of this, this is the get now playing. Let's close this to don't get confused. Instead of now playing, what I'm going to say, I'll say get popular movies. Okay, get popular movies. Okay, let's import from here. Okay, so get popular also done. So for this also, let's create this use state here. Okay, let me remove this. I'll use the extension. So popular movies, right? Popular movies data, I'll say. And as usual, this could be an empty array by default. And let's pass this to this one, saying use state saying set popular movie data. Done. This is also done. Now what was the next? Popular movies also done. Now top rated movies. Okay, let's pass this function to this open home, and okay, I have pasted one more time extra, so let's remove that. Now I'll pass, what was the name, sorry I forgot, top rated, yeah, top rated movies. And same way, let's create a one more use state, use state I'll say top rated data. And as usual, this could be an empty array as well. And let's pass this top rated to this set top rated. Done. We are calling three APIs, and let's close this also. That's it. And we just took. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to simply replicate this movie cards three times. I want to show in the UI, so I'm going to replicate this much. Right now you can able to see three times, and first one I'll say now playing, and second one I'll say popular movies. Title will be, let's change the title as well, popular movies, and this could be top rated movies. Okay, I'll say top rated. This could be top rated movies, and same way we have to pass data as well, right? We are showing flat list, so data, I'll say for this one I'll say now playing data. In the same way I'll say data equals to popular movies data I'll pass, and the same way I'll pass data equals to top rated data. That's it, done. Our home from our home screen we have done our work. So let's build the UI. Nothing but what we did, we just simply created a movie cards component, custom component. Using props we are doing the modification, and we are sending the data. Okay, that's it. Now let's close the home banner also done, and close the networks also. Now let's work on movie cards. Okay, here we are rendering the data, and if you still have a doubt like are we really getting data or not, let's do console.log. If I do item, see, it's rendered three times because we have passed three times, right? So that's why. Okay, perfect. So let's remove this console.log, and What was the UI? Let's check the UI first. What are the things? Okay, there is only an image. That's it. There is no text and there is nothing. So what I'm going to do, let's return an image because there is an only image. So that's why I'm going to return an image only directly. And make sure you have to import from React Native, okay? And the source as usual, URI. Make sure go to home banner. We have already passed our base URL, right? To this, say, let's simply copy this thing. This remains same as I said, right? Item.poster path will be remain same. So that's why I'm going to simply paste this whole thing here. Source, whole source, nothing but that's it. See, right now I'm not able to see any images because we haven't passed any stylings to this, right? So let's pass stylings as well. Style is equals to, I'll say styles dot movie img, I'll say, okay? So let's create this movie img equals to width. I'll say I don't want to occupy the whole width, so I'll say responsive width of 50%. I just want to show the want to occupy the image has to be 50%, and I'll say height of responsive 100% because I want to take this whole space whatever the parent it has, so I'll say 100%. Because content we have passed 40%, right? So whatever the 40 it had, it will occupy that space. That's it. Let's reload this. Why we are getting data error? Are we getting okay? We are getting images. See, and don't get confused. These are different API images, and these are different API images. Okay. And don't worry, we'll correct this also. For now, if you see, first thing what I'm going to do, let's make it proper. Like what do we say? Let's make it curve, border, radius of 10, so that it will curve the whole all sides. And I want some space to this between each element, each image. How can we achieve it? By default, Flatlist provides a item separator. There is a item separator component. So what does it do means accept first block, first image, and accept a last image. It remaining all elements get whatever the thing you provide, it generates between these two. Okay. So basically this is an arrow function it will take, and I'm going to directly return a view. So right now I haven't passed anything, right? So that's why I'm not able to see anything. So what I'm going to do, I'll say style, I'll pass style here only. So width, because I want difference distance between these two elements as a width, okay? So that's why I'm going to pass width of let's say 20, and let's reload this. Let's see how exactly. See, right now we got some space. I guess it's a bit higher. Let's reduce it to 15. Okay, 15 was fine. And one more thing, our image getting cropped, like I want to show the whole image. So how can we do it? As we all know, right? There's a property called resize mode. I'll say contain. Okay, again there's an issue. Let's reload this. So what's the issue here? I don't know why my emulator. Okay, I'll change it to, instead of contain, I'll say cover. let's remove this and let's reload this again. I don't know why my emulator is behaving a bit weird. So let's see the UI also first. Okay, there is some space from here and there is some space from here as well. And one more thing, images are properly shown, but here it's getting cropped. So instead of this, I'll say resize mode only. I don't know why it's throwing an error. Contain. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll close this emulator and rerun it again. Maybe some issue was going on with this emulator. Okay. So yeah, now it's looking fine. What I did is like I just simply close my emulator and rerun that, and I just simply change this height of responsive height 100 to. I just simply change it to this one. Okay, it may fix your also. Okay, just check that, and yeah, right now it's looking great, right? Perfect. See, and even it's a scrollable also, and you can able to see, and you can change from here also, and you can change from here also, and you can do it from here also. Okay, so one more thing, what I'm going to do, I'll say margin top of 10. Okay, let me correct it properly. So it will simply additionally add some space from top, that's it. And movie cards, I'm simply passing this, and let's pass some margin left to the text as well. 10. Yeah, now it's looking good. And there anything we can do? I guess yeah, that's it. And we are rendering all three things, right? Like now playing popular movies. These are the popular movies we are showing here, and these are the top rated movies. Okay, so as I said, right, whatever the height we show, it will take that much only. Okay, in scroll view. And if you want, you can pass a bottom width also, like below, and you can try and explore these their remaining APIs as well. Let's say these are movie details API. Let's say these are the account states. If you only need to, if you want a movie details, you can simply pass movie ID. Now you can ask me like, where will I get the movie ID? Means you can check here, this is the ID. Okay, you can simply pass that and you can go and play around. Okay, you will get a proper idea about APIs. And so right now this is the things, right? So in next video, what I'm going to do, we are going to convert this into button, and on this click, what are the details we are going to show, and we are going to implement a video player as well, React Native. Okay, and one more thing, I'll push this code in the GitHub. Okay, just go and use it, and those who haven't followed in GitHub, please go and follow me on GitHub also. Okay, so yeah, and one more thing, all you need to do, just do some other modifications also, like changing text, changing some things, cool things and all, just to look greater. And all you need to do is like just implement this and build your own again, like adding fonts, some other things and all, and upload the screenshot in the comment. Okay, I'll see and I'll give a like. Okay, so yeah, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching, and those who haven't subscribed my channel, please do subscribe. Yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye now. So you can do some other modifications also, like adding fonts, some cool icon something and all. Okay, you can go and play around, and you can add some other APIs also in the home screen. You can show it. So yeah, that's all for this video. So in the next video, we are going to show the movie details, and we are going to implement React Native video player also. Okay, in the next video. So that's it. And one more thing, I'll push this whole code in the GitHub, and I'll provide the link in description. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye now.